From Markiplier predicting the shadiest scam in YouTube history,
but there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it.
to PewDiePie exposing the hidden motives behind an evil corporation.
Then what's the point? What do they do?
Here are 5 YouTubers who completely destroyed and exposed evil companies. Starting with Roblox PDF catcher, Schlep, who became a target after sparking one of the biggest scandals in gaming history. On August 9th, 2025, Schlep would set off a storm across social media after revealing that Roblox was threatening to sue him for exposing PDFs on their platform.
The Roblox Corporation has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar company, threats of litigation, because I catch predators on their platform. Every account that I've owned on Roblox since I was 8 years old has been terminated.
But to make matters worse, Schlep revealed that Roblox had accused him of enabling the very thing he was fighting hard to destroy.
Roblox is claiming that I'm engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations. What? So one of the fundamental bases of predator catching is that you cannot talk sexually to predators. Predators are supposed to be the ones talking sexually to you. If you talk sexually to predators like straight off the get-go, that's entrapment. That is literally what entrapment is. We almost always play a naive kid who doesn't know anything about this stuff.
Due to the seriousness of the situation, the video immediately blew up, amassing over 5 million views, where fans instantly sided with Schlep. The whole world is on your side, homie. Choosing money over the safety of kids is just evil. Roblox doing anything but protecting kids. And with this backlash towards the company, just days later, one of the biggest names in Roblox, Creekcraft, announced that he was done with the platform.
Roblox is so detached from reality. I feel like it's got to be done at this point. I'm leaving the STAR program. I'm out. I'm done.
But this was only the beginning of Roblox's downfall, as on August 15th, well-known PDF catcher Chris Hansen revealed that he was joining the fight.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it.
And while Roblox did eventually start to ban many of the deeply inappropriate games, they still failed to address the real issue, eventually leading the Roblox team to discuss the drama at a Zoom meeting. However, they would once again start to accuse Schlep's methods as the real problem.
What we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the community in ways that violated our policies.
This was immediately called out by not just Schlep, but by the entire internet. This feels more like an AI is talking to us, bro. Roblox seems to not actually care. It's sad to see how bad this has gotten. Following this, on September 2nd, 2025, YouTube's prominent lawyer, Law by Mike, uploaded a video announcing that he was officially suing Roblox.
Then, on behalf of everyone, I'm helping to sue Roblox.
In the end, Roblox lost over $12 billion in market cap and has left many parents to question the game's ability to protect their children. But while Schlep's actions left Roblox scrambling to salvage its crumbling reputation, Markiplier's prediction from 6 years ago led to one of the most shocking moments in internet history. Back in 2019, beloved YouTuber Markiplier would stir up controversy after questioning the popular at the time browser extension Honey.
I just don't trust Honey. I don't know what it is, but my gut tells me that nothing in life is free. So where's all these savings coming from?
And he would continue with this rant, making some shockingly bold predictions about the browser's future.
I have a feeling in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great Honey conspiracy of like 2022. But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it. But why do they spend millions on advertising? And then people are getting money out of it, and then people are saving money out of it, and that makes sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from?
But just before the video came to an end, he left a chilling warning to his subscribers.
Hey, listen, if I disappear, like, in the next few days, it was Honey. If I disappear in the future, and then suddenly, like, Markiplier just mysteriously disappears, it was Honey. Because there's some shady shit happening.
As you'd expect, his warnings were mostly ignored at the time. However, on December 22nd, 2024, everything would change after YouTuber Megalag released a 23-minute video exposing the evil truth about Honey.
Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product.
He then went on to back up his claims with a visual demonstration.
So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves. Yeah.
With this evidence out in the open, Markiplier was finally vindicated, and just days later, he released a video addressing the situation.
I knew it. I knew there was something shady. I knew it because it didn't smell right. A lot of other YouTubers that I talked to were saying like I'm crazy and paranoid, but it didn't make sense because where does the money come from?
Markiplier deserves to gloat as much as he wants about this. Markiplier is the one crazy homeless guy in an apocalypse movie who warns everyone, but nobody listened. But while Markiplier was praised for his prediction, the other YouTubers who had once promoted Honey immediately released videos apologizing for their mistake.
Obviously, knowing what I know now about this company, I wish I never worked with them. I'm sorry for ever having promoted Honey.
But the lesson learned here definitely is for myself and basically every other creator who got with working with Honey is to be even more skeptical about the products and companies that we actually put in front of our audience, especially if they're going to be sponsors.
Following this, in January 2025, YouTube lawyer Legal Eagle took things further after making a move that Honey wouldn't see coming.
So on behalf of creators everywhere, I have filed a class action lawsuit to stop it.
Thank you, Markiplier, for the prediction. Thank you, Megalag, for the investigation. Thank you, Legal Eagle, for taking it further stand. Since then, Honey has lost over 4 million Chrome users, and its reputation has been completely destroyed, just like crypto exchange FTX, which crumbled after YouTuber CoffeeZilla exposed its corrupt practices. Back in 2021, FTX was one of the biggest cryptocurrency platforms in the world, with 5 million users and ads often featuring collabs with pro athlete Tom Brady and its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried.
What's up, guys? I'm here with my boy Sam from FTX.
And as time went on, even bigger names like Shaq O'Neal and Stephen Curry were brought on board, eventually leading many popular finance YouTubers to start promoting it to their audiences.
That's why I'm really proud to stand behind today's sponsor, FTX.
This video is brought to you by FTX. Go to metkevin.com/FTX to learn more and sign up to get free crypto every time you trade.
But despite all these endorsements, in November 2022, journalist YouTuber CoffeeZilla would post a tweet raising concerns about FTX's suspicious operations. FTX might be insolvent because most of their money is locked up in projects they can't sell. But this warning was only the beginning of the company's downfall, as just weeks later, FTX's shady operations came to light, proving CoffeeZilla right.
I warned you guys that FTX, second largest exchange, might be insolvent, and people called me crazy. They said, no way the guy who described all of DeFi as a Ponzi scheme could be bad. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's just too smart. Turns out they were actually in danger all along, and things are looking very bad.
He would then go on to explain what really went wrong.
A report came out from CoinDesk leaking FTX's financial balance sheet. And what it showed is that they had a lot of money, but it was sort of locked up in all these token projects they were a part of, most notably in FTT token, Solana, and other projects that they were behind. And they couldn't sell the projects anytime they wanted to. In other words, even though they had billions of dollars worth of assets, they weren't very liquid, and it was arguable that some of the coins weren't that valuable.
This immediately led many fans to praise him in the comments. Huge respect for this guy for exposing so many scams. He deserves all the support. Coffee is an absolute legend, and although Coffee was praised by fans, for the people who had invested in FTX, they were left much worse off, as it was reported that they lost billions of dollars overnight. And to top it off, every influencer who had originally promoted the crypto was sued for over $1 billion. Following this, in December 2024, FTX's founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, was arrested and sentenced to 25 years in prison for orchestrating multiple fraudulent schemes. But while CoffeeZilla destroyed a $1 billion shady crypto empire, tech reviewer Marcus Brownlee would take down a phony AI company with one single video. On April 14th, 2024, tech reviewer Marcus Brownlee would ignite a storm of backlash on himself after releasing his video titled "The Worst Product I've Ever Reviewed."
This is the humane AI pin. Unfortunately, it's also the new worst product I think I've ever reviewed.
At $700 per device and $24 per monthly subscription, Marques would then reveal why the device failed to deliver.
Unfortunately, this thing is bad at almost everything it does, basically all the time. So I guess first of all, okay, it's supposed to just answer questions, right? It can kind of do that sometimes, but one, it's often slow because most of these requests go to the cloud and come back and there's just a long wait. And two, it's often wrong because AI still can hallucinate and there are still issues with it just not understanding correctly or just saying the wrong thing.
Since this was backed by giants like Microsoft and Google, Humane was expected to be the next big thing. So when Marques trashed it like he did, the internet wasn't about to let this slide. Guy is doing it for shock and awe clicks. He profits from being like this, which is problematic. Who the f cares about this guy's opinion in 2024? But despite this backlash, his review would soon be backed up by other tech reviewers who came forward with similar reviews.
As of right now, the Humane pin is an incredibly poor proposition.
Look at this and tell me what company it is.
The company is called Lyft.
Wow. Leading the internet to side with Marques once again. The fact that Marques got hate for being an honest reviewer is so dystopian. Keep doing what you're doing, Mark. In the end, just 10 months later, Humane announced they were shutting down their services, leading massive tech company HP to purchase the company for $116 million, but also retiring the product forever. But unlike Marques, who got a lot of hate for exposing a shady tech company, PewDiePie wouldn't get the recognition he deserves after exposing an evil health scheme. On October 9th, 2018, PewDiePie would deviate from his usual style of content to talk about BetterHelp, a shady online therapy platform that promotes mental health support.
So what's wrong with BetterHelp then? You can have online therapy without leaving your house. You can have therapy at home. That's great. That sounds almost too good to be true. Well, yes, because it is.
He then went on to reveal how the company was ripping off its users by manipulating its terms and conditions.
If you sign up for BetterHelp, you'll pay only $65, whereas if you go to an actual therapist and meet face to face, you'll be paying $250. So look how much money you are saving by using BetterHelp instead of face-to-face therapy. However, in their own terms of service, they acknowledge that if you are using this site, it is not a complete substitute for face-to-face examination and for a session by a licensed qualified professional.
But this was just the beginning as PewDiePie uncovered another dangerous flaw in the company.
This one says that they don't guarantee the verification of the skills, degrees, qualifications, certification, credentials, competence, or background of any counselor. With BetterHelp, you'll be talking to professionals. Just beware that it's your responsibility to determine whether they are or not. What does BetterHelp do besides selling you a product that doesn't exist?
But worst of all, he revealed what BetterHelp was doing with their users' personal data.
The cherry on the top here is that in their terms of service, they can share your data. And anything talking about mental health related, that's really not a problem if that's public information, right? I mean, the whole idea of having online therapy with an online footprint is just a bad idea in general.
Following this, PewDiePie's video would be forgotten for 5 whole years until March 2023, when it was revealed that BetterHelp was charged by the Federal Trade Commission for secretly sharing users' private data with third-party apps like Facebook and Snapchat, leading the company to receive a fine of $7.8 million. Scamming people who suffer from depression is a new level of low, disgusting. Not sarcastically, I literally trust Pew News more than any news network. At the end of the day, it just goes to show the true respect these YouTubers have for their fans. They're willing to put themselves at risk to expose the truth and shine a light on corruption. A bit like social media star Tony Ju, who isn't scared to expose evil influencers in his unhinged ways. Click the video on screen now to see what happens when Tony destroys evil influencers.